Thriving. Are you thriving? Yeah, you are. We all are in our own little ways, whether it be subtle or extreme. um, and sometimes you don't feel like you're thriving. You feel like, in this self awareness growth and all the spiritual things, spirituality, and all the things that are happening around, and everybody's got this, you do that, and if you don't do this, you won't be there, and you will be here, and you won't. And it's like very confusing and frustrating and irritating. And you're like, well, where am I? Am I doing anything? Because you're not seeing anything, because we're just been so conditioned that you gotta move, you gotta do, you gotta be, you gotta show. And it's all back to knowing how you feel. And a lot of times you're thriving in the nicest ways that we just aren't paying attention to, because no one's ever told you that, waking up and feeling good about yourself is thriving. And, you know, living through the heart of the heart is thriving, and not letting a lot of the outside really take over and influence you to go the other way, and those are thriving things. It doesn't have to always be financial or materialistic or manifesting. And it's like, that's a whole triggering thing and a manipulative kind of thing that it feels manipulative sometimes, especially towards what I think sometimes of manifestation. And we're not going to go into that. But because I'm really just supporting you here to thrive in all the little and biggest ways that you can. And you are thriving every day. And especially if you're watching this video, you're thriving because you're searching for some support and understanding of where you are in your life, where you are spiritually, where you are mentally, and you are in a great place because you're in your body and you're starting to feel better about yourself. And even if you aren't, you're going to start feeling better about yourself, because you come to start to realize that, everybody has separate things that are similar. And if you're, coming into an awakening, or you're awake, or you're aware, you're conscious of yourself, and you're coming into more of self-love, you're thriving. And we thrive in so many beautiful little ways. And a lot of times, just accomplishing getting the parking space that you needed when you went somewhere, that's thriving. It absolutely is. And other times you may get the opportunity that you've been praying for, wishing for, changing your energy for, your frequency. It's a lot of times it just doesn't feel like you're there, and you feel like you're in a void. And I understand that. And sometimes that void lasts a while, and you're like, well, what am I doing? Take a look at how much you've just connected with yourself. That's thriving. Because this inner love and spirit of yourself is the most powerful thing. And it's not appreciated enough. And we as beings need to appreciate, our heart, our inner self, and love it. Love who we are and who are we becoming. And it shifts and changes, and thank goodness it does. It's like to be the same thing for the rest of your life, in my opinion. But you're thriving. You're thriving when you're just, accomplishing the test, or, getting the meal that you wanted for the day, or fixing the meal you wanted. You're thriving, and if you can feel good about yourself a little bit every day, that's definitely something that's thriving. And, I'm here to just let you know you're loved, and you're doing well, and you just keep going, because it's definitely a confusing time when you're growing with yourself and learning how a lot of the things that you were conditioned with in life don't work, and it doesn't work for you, and it doesn't work at all. And it may be traditions and things that have been passed down through family, And it's okay. I mean, you can take it, leave it, and but you'll know what to do, and to really let yourself evolve is thriving. Because it's scary sometimes when you kind of got to go out of your element or out of your realm or out of your knowing and let that unknown be the lead, you know. But thriving is just a word. It's not even an action. Because the work you do with yourself of self-love, self-worth, self-appreciation, living from your heart takes no action. And it's a beautiful thing. And you just look in the mirror and you just fall in love with yourself. And when you have that self-love, a lot of other things just start to either make its way to you or away from you. But we're getting out of the subject of thriving. So, thriving. Thriving is taking a trip that you've always finally wanted to take and you get to take it. Thriving is subtle. And then again, it's just a word. So just remember that. It's just a word. And even though people may post and say and do whatever and be like, oh, I did this. Oh my gosh, I did this. I manifested this. And oh, I made this happen. They didn't make it happen. We all make everything. It's like, it's part of divine timing. It's part of energy, frequency. And sometimes people get things or do things that you're like, wow. And other times you're like, but all in all, be cheerful and great and have a great attitude towards anyone thriving. And because you'll see their little thrives and you're like, oh, cool. Cheer them on. You're doing your best. You're doing your amazing best. And you're thriving. I'm here to let you know you're thriving. So smile at yourself. You're thriving. You're supported and you're held and you're loved. But make sure you love yourself even more because you're thriving. And it doesn't have to always be seen. It can be felt. And if you just be still a little and just listen from the heart and listen to nothing, you'll feel you're thriving. And you're beautiful, and you're confident, and you're strong, and you're growing. A continuous thing forever and ever and ever. You're growing within yourself, you're growing spiritually, you're growing creatively, you're growing. You just don't have to grow at everyone else's or thrive at everyone else's wants or the comparing of the thriving, because that's what we do too. We compare thriving. It's like, don't do that. It's really just a waste of your energy. It is. But you just allow yourself to be still, listen within. And it will be challenging. And then it won't be challenging. And you'll be at ease with it. And you'll smile at yourself more. And keep looking in that mirror and smiling, saying I love you. And be your supportive coach, because you're the best one for you. Because your heart already is, and all your spirit guides and all that are cheering you on. And you just can't see or hear them. But they're there, and you can feel them. So, or maybe you can see them. Who knows? But I'm here to just let you know and support you that you're thriving. You're thriving within yourself. You're thriving with your love. You're thriving in this life in subtle, beautiful ways. And to try to even describe any of them would be a long video. So I hope that you can just sit back, take a deep breath, and just kind of connect to your heart. Not kind of, just connect to your heart. You can. And you'll feel your thrive. So keep going. And until the next time.